How you decide to frame yourself in your stories determines your identity. You know, our stories are a lot more powerful than what we give them credit for, because the stories, the interactions, the exchanges that we have throughout our day shape the way that we see ourselves, the beliefs that we have about ourselves and what we're capable or not capable of. And this is one of the most powerful aspects of becoming a storyteller, developing this storyteller mindset, is the fact that it gives us a narrator's voice inside of our own headspace that brings just often a little bit of extra awareness to the story that's in play in the active moment. Have you ever seen one of these movies where the video pauses at a critical moment and this narrator's voice pops up and says, Sarah has two choices ahead of her. One road will take her down, the path of righteousness, and one will take her down the path of destruction. Which path will she take? In some ways, when we begin to think of ourselves as a storyteller, when we realize that this interaction that I'm having with the client, I will recount to my boss or a colleague, or I will use it as a teaching moment for my team, or with a partner. When I have that moment of recounting, I'm going to share this story and this current interaction with my best friend. I don't want to look like an asshole here. And that's kind of how it starts, right? That may not be the most heroic way that we want to look at ourselves, is just not being the asshole. But what it does is it gives us access to that little narrator's voice that's saying, how do I want to show up? If I tell this story again and I'm honest about it, how do I want to say that this played out? Did I show up as more courageous than I normally do? Did I say what was on my mind in an honest and compassionate way? Did I live up to the values and the ideals that I would like to be able to talk about myself as? And in this way, we have a deeper understanding and a deeper connection to the fact that our identity is shaped by all of the stories that we are living out on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. And as we begin to develop a storyteller mindset, we become more and more aware that we have power in those moments to shape our stories. At first, it may mean that we have to take a lot of deep breaths before we can actually speak. But this is what it means to flex those muscles, to learn, to grow, and to develop that storyteller mindset until it becomes much more automatic, until it just takes one deep breath to say, how do I want to show up right now? And how do I want to show up in my stories? And then have our actions follow that identity of our main character that we're creating in our own lives.